right before the half, and then going into the second half, hit a lull offensively. You know, we went through a stretch where we just didn't make shots. And against a ball club like that, against a ball club like Anderson, you can't do that. So, you know, was really pleased with our effort defensively early. And then, you know, what we've got to do is when shots don't fall, we've got to continue to get stops. You know, and that's tough to do when you're not making, you know, shots. But that defense has got to carry us through those lulls because, as you know, offensively, sometimes you don't have those. And so we've got to make sure that you know, we lock in defensively and that our shot-making ability doesn't dictate our defense.
And I like to hear that because this team has been a team that no matter what's been going on the offensive end, the effort hasn't been lacking. It's a team that continues to play hard, and when you're losing basketball games and your shooting percentage is down, a lot of times you get a little bit of a lack of effort just due from frustration. But this team has continued to keep that aggressiveness on the defense of the floor there and that intensity there for the most part.
Yeah, they've, you know, our thing is really not about, you know, lack of effort. I would say that sometimes we go through a span where our focus may wane, but the effort is always there. You know, we had a great practice, great week of practice, girls competing and girls getting after each other. And, you know, I told the girls, and, you know, even looking back on that Wingate game, that first half, I'll take that first half, even with the lull to end the half offensively. I'll take that first half all year. I'll take it every game because they competed and got after it. And you know, I think we just got to do a better job as coaches, you know, getting our players to compete for that full 40 because that's what it's going to take down the stretch. You're a game out of the tournament. You got to compete for 40 to have a shot here. And, you know, we've shortened our lineup a little bit. We're not playing as many kids. You know, but we got to find a way to get it done.
Well, and you talk about playing for the full 40. You played for a solid 30 against Anderson in the previous matchup.
Yep.
Got down in the first half, but battled back in that third quarter and made a game of it going into the fourth quarter, and then just got outrun in the fourth quarter against Anderson.
Yeah, and that's something that we look back on. You know, we showed the girls that, you know, the effort was there. You know, went through a little lull, and the thing that I thought did us in against Anderson the first time is we lost shooters a couple times in critical possessions. Three-point ball game or two-possession ball game, and you lose Jane Cowie or Baguette, and they knock down a three, and those are dagger shots. You know, both those girls shoot close to 40% from the three, and you can't lose it. And so that's going to be our focus today is you know, running their shooters off the line, and then also we're going to have to battle down low because they do a great job of isolating their post players as well.
Well, and they're playing without Alexis Dillard, but Jasmine Franklin has been stepping up for Anderson on the inside, and she creates a little bit of a mismatch athletically inside for the Pioneers because she has the size, but she's also got the athletic ability.
No doubt. I mean, she was preseason player of the year 2 years ago before she tore ACL, and heck of a player. I would imagine if they had her last year, they probably would have made a deep run into the tournament. And so she's a heck of a player. She's a senior. She's one who's been there before, and she reminds you a little bit of Casey Johnson. Got great size, but very athletic, very versatile. Can move around. She's shooting the ball a lot better than she has in the past, and so our hands are going to be full with her tonight. You know, it boils down to us. Are we going to be able to make shots, and then are we going to be able to sit down and get key stops? Because Anderson does a great job offensively, and we're going to have to grind it out tonight.
Well, Coach, college basketball is a game of playing your basketball at the right time, getting things ready for the late season run.
Yep. We
flipped the calendar to February. It's late season. It's time for that late season run. It's time to put up or shut up, for lack of a better term.
Absolutely. And I told some of our seniors, you know, what do you want your legacy to be? You're not going to have a chance to get it next year. You're not going to have a chance to get it right next year. So you might as well sell out with the time that you have left, because these are precious opportunities, you know, that we can't afford to pass up. So tonight we're going to have to, you know, like you say, flip of the calendar. We're going to have to get it in February. All of our remaining games are all winnable games. We
5'7" freshman from Huntsville, Alabama, Madison Baggett. The Pioneers will start at point guard. Benedicta Makakala, the 5'9" senior. The two wings, the 5'9" sophomore Sydney Wilson and the 5'7" sophomore Callie Patterson. And the two post players, the 6' sophomore Casey Johnson and the 6'2" senior Jasmine Queen. Anderson under head coach Jonathan Barbary in his first season at Anderson. He coached the past 3 seasons at the College of Coastal Georgia. Tusculum under head coach Devin Carter in his second season at Tusculum, as Devin an overall record of 17 wins, 26 losses. Barbary an overall record of 38 wins and 39 losses. Again, 14-4 this season with Anderson. Opening tap between Alexi Molinauer and the Pioneers' Casey Johnson. As we're set to get this one underway, opening tap controlled by Jasmine Queen of the Pioneers, and Makakala will get it. Get the instructions from head coach Devin Carter and bring it into the front court. On the right wing, this will be Callie Patterson. Looks to go in, tipped, nearly stolen. Patterson got it back. Now a scramble for it, put it up, no. And the rebound's pulled down by Anderson's Madison Baggett. Underneath, the head to Franklin to the hole, put it up, no. Battle for the rebound underneath. Could have been a travel, but Anderson comes away with it. Three-pointer from the top is good. And Madison Baggett knocks down the three, and Anderson takes the early 3-0 lead. That's where Anderson will kill you, is from three-point territory, as anytime you try to mount a run against them, a timely three will stop it, and Tusculum will quickly get Madison Head up off the bench and into the basketball game. As the pass went out of bounds, it'll be Pioneer basketball with 14 seconds on the shot clock, as Callie Patterson, who got the start, will come out as Malin Head checked in. Sydney Wilson to trigger the inbounds feed. Wilson to Johnson, and a traveling violation going to be called on Casey Johnson. She spun toward the bucket in the paint on the inbound, but a travel on Casey. And Anderson will have the basketball back, leading 3-0. Pioneers have yet to look comfortable in their offensive set. Turnover on Anderson gives the basketball back over to the Pioneers as it went sailing out of bounds. Pioneers will bring it into the front court after they get the basketball off the turnover. Still down 3-0, a minute 10 in. That three-pointer from Baggett, the only points of this game so far. Malin Head, pull up from the free throw line. Jumper rolls good. Malin Head knocks down the jumper from the free throw line, and the Pioneers pull back to within one. Instant offense as Malin Head comes off the bench, gets the bucket. Baggett at the other end will draw the foul for Anderson as Malin picks up the foul. That'll be Malin Head's first. It'll be the team's first. And to the free throw line to shoot a pair will be Madison Baggett, the 5'7" freshman. She has all 3 of Anderson's points, and the first is up and in. She'll have a second. Will Baggett. It rolls off, no good. Made 1 of 2. She's got all 4 for Anderson, and the Trojans lead 4-2. 8:30 left to play in this opening quarter. Pioneers with Benedicta Makakala dribbling on the right wing. Pulls up, kicks it out to Casey Johnson. She will head fake from 3, drive all the way to the hoop, big step in the lane, and put it off the glass and in. Casey Johnson ties the game at 4 as she gets her first 2 points of the basketball game. Beautiful driving bucket off of a head fake from 3. Driving to the hole is Molinauer. Shot no good, but she will draw the foul as Casey Johnson picks up her first personal. Second team foul on the Pioneers. And Alexi Molinauer, the 5'11" freshman, will be at the line to shoot a pair, trying to give her team the lead back. Back iron no good on the front end of the 2-shot foul. Heatherton Cowley, the senior on this team and the leading scorer, has yet to get a touch. Second free throw was up and in from Molinauer. Gives her team a 1-point lead, 5-4. Anderson with the lead, and the Pioneers will inbound against full court pressure. Queen gets it into Casey Johnson. Back to Queen, to Sydney Wilson, to Benedicta Makakala, and she brings it across the timeline with 2 seconds left on that 10-second count. Macacalla to Queen at the top of the circle. Right wing feed Sydney Wilson. Picked up on a switch. Backdoor cut by Queen. Wilson's pass was tipped. Saved by Johnson to Macacalla deep left corner. She'll fire from there. Shot no good. Went for her own rebound. Didn't get it. And it'll be off of Macacalla and back over to Anderson. Callie Patterson into the basketball game. Sydney Wilson will come out with 7:41 left to play in the opening quarter. Anderson leading it 5-4 with the basketball, as Madison Baggett will get it and bring it into the front court, picked up by Malin Head at the top. Baggett dribbles with the left hand, now on the left wing. Gets a screen from Bailey Sims, double team trap come. Gives it to Sims at the free throw line. Now Jinkawi will fire for three. That's an air ball that Malin Head will snag out of midair and bring it into the front court and give it to Benedict Macacalla. Pioneers with a chance to take the lead. Head on a double team, dribbles out of it. Queen will fire for three and knock it down. Jasmine Queen from the top of the circle at 6'2", knocks down the three, and the Pioneers lead by 2. 7-5, Pioneers with the lead on the Jasmine Queen three. Anderson with the basketball. This will be Mollenauer. She'll drive, triple teamed, and an offensive foul is going to be called on Mollenauer. So Jasmine Queen knocks down the three. Then she draws the charge. Mollenauer will pick up her first. It's the team's first, and the Pioneers will get the basketball back as Mollenauer, a freshman, tried to take on three, and the Pioneers draw the charge. Just the third three-pointer of the year for Jasmine Queen. She's now 3 of 8 from three. Casey Johnson, spin move, left-handed hook shot from in front is good. Pioneers in the midst of a 5-0 run now lead it 9-5 as Casey Johnson gets her 4th point of the basketball game, and the Pioneers lead by 4. This will be Baggett on a switch, hands it off to Jinkawi. Reverse layup is no good. Pioneers could not control the rebound, and it goes out of bounds off of Tusculum, so Anderson will get a second chance opportunity with a fresh 30-second clock. Backdoor cut from Sims. Shot blocked out of bounds by Jasmine Queen. The block went off the foot of Bailey Sims and out of bounds, and the Pioneers will have the basketball back. So the Pioneers will have the basketball. The basketball went off the foot of Bailey Sims. They initially said it would be Pioneer basketball, but now they're saying it'll be Anderson basketball. Tough break for the Pioneers because Jasmine Queen, it was clear as day. Jasmine Queen blocked the shot and then went out of bounds off the foot of Bailey Sims. Inbounds pass is tipped away by Benedict Macacalla, and Anderson will do it all over again with 27 seconds on the shot clock. I don't know if an official overruled the other official or what happened there, but it was a tough break for the Pioneers because I saw that one. It was right in front of me. Anderson with the basketball with Madison Baggett at the top of the circle. Dribbling on the left side. Malin Head comes out to defend. Baggett gets a screen from Sims at the top. Now will drive into the deep right corner, and Jinkawi runs over Malin Head, and they'll say she stepped out of bounds. So the Pioneers using the baseline as the extra defender, and Jinkawi steps out of bounds, and the Pioneers will have the basketball back. So the missed call by the official does not harm the Pioneers whatsoever because they wind up with the basketball anyway, and Anderson got no points from the opportunity. Johnson to Sydney Wilson. Kick out to Malin Head in the deep right corner. Entry pass to Queen. Spins on Bailey Sims. Up and under. Lot of contact, no call. And the shot's no good, and Anderson comes away with the rebound. Jasmine Franklin near to the front court. Off to Jinkawi. Into the deep left corner, and a traveling violation is going to be called on Mollenauer as she looked to drive from the deep left corner, shuffle her feet, and Mollenauer travels and gives the basketball back over to the Pioneers. Jasmine Rayner into the basketball game, a 5'6" junior, as Mollenauer will go out. And the Pioneers will have the basketball with a 4-point lead. Casey Johnson to Malin Head left wing. Lob pass inside Casey Johnson. Out to Queen. Jumper from the free throw line is up and in. Jasmine Queen, who's having the best first quarter of the season, is Jasmine Queen. She now has 5, and the Pioneers lead it 11-5. 6-point lead for the Pioneers over the Anderson squad that is the defending South Atlantic Conference champion and came in at 14-4 overall in the year. On the right wing, this is Rayner. She'll drive, gets cut off by Johnson. Left wing side of Jinkawi. She'll fire for three. and a foul is going to be called on Malin Head. On the three-point shot. So when we come back from the media timeout, Jincowie will get 3 shots. We head to a break. 4:53 left to play in the first quarter. It's Tusculum 11, Anderson 5. This is Pioneer Women's Basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network. Anderson will be at the free throw line with Heather Jincowie after the foul was whistled on Malin Head. That is her second. It's the team's third. And Jincowie will get 3 free throws coming out of the media timeout. Jincowie free throw is up and in. Jincowie comes into the game averaging 10.8 points per game. On the year, a 91.7% free throw shooter. She also shoots 36.7 from 3, but she misses the second of the 3-shot foul. And she'll have a third. Jincowie, the senior from Walla Halla, South Carolina, makes good on 2 of 3, and it cuts the Pioneer lead to 4. 11-7 the score. Pioneers get it into Benedicta Makakala in backcourt against full court pressure. Jasmine Queen across the timeline to Sydney Wilson, so the Pioneers break the full court pressure. 20 seconds on the shot clock as Wilson sets it up at the top of the circle. Benedicta Makakala will drive, gets stopped by Jasmine Franklin. Outside to Monica Roberts, kick out to Wilson. She'll drive baseline. Wilson to Queen from the free throw line. She'll head fake. Now she'll drive, and a blocking foul is going to be called on Madison Baggett, and that will send Jasmine Queen to the free throw line to shoot a pair. The foul on Madison Baggett will be her first. It's the team's second. And Jasmine Queen will be to the stripe to shoot 2. Queen, who has 5 points in this game on the year, is a 72.5% free throw shooter. Just averaging 4.9 points per game, and she's already got 6 in this one as she makes good on the first free throw. Second free throw on its way. Back iron no good. Rebound out of bounds off of Casey Johnson. And Anderson will have the basketball. 12-7, Pioneers with the lead. Anderson Trojan basketball as we approach the 4:20 mark of the first quarter. Anderson with Baggett to Jincowie at the top. She'll drive, trying to leave it underneath, and it's tipped and taken away by Benedicta Makakala. Jincowie was trying to leave it for Bailey Sims underneath, and Benedicta Makakala just stepped in front and took the basketball away. Makakala will now set it up at the top for the Pioneers as she's directing traffic. Just 15 seconds on the shot clock. Queen into Johnson, and a traveling violation. That's a good call. Casey Johnson hopped with the basketball in the lane. That's a travel, and that'll give it back over to Anderson. Into the game for the Trojans comes Erica Martin, a 5'11 sophomore, as Jasmine Franklin will go out. Also into the game, Kaylee Kaparik, a 5'9 junior out of New Bern, North Carolina. It's over near the coast. That's where Russ and Kim Hackett now live, who are my cousins. You probably don't know. With the basketball, trying to go to the top. It was tipped, almost stolen by Benedicta Makakala. Now a scramble for it on the floor, and it'll be tied up as Benedicta Makakala dives for the basketball, ties it up, and Anderson will have it on the alternate arrow, but good hustle defense by the Pioneers, and in particularly in Benedicta Makakala. 12 seconds on the shot clock as Anderson inbounds side front court. Pioneers, who are shooting 55.6% from the floor, lead it by 5. Anderson is just 1 of 5 from the floor, but 4 of 6 from the free throw line. driving through the lane, and a charging foul is going to be called as Benedicta Makakala stands her ground, draws the charge, and the Pioneers will have the basketball back as Nakia Young, who has started several games this year, the 5'5 senior, commits the charge. It's her first. And the Pioneers will have it as Makakala brings it into the front court with 3:20 left to play in the quarter. Pioneers lead by 5. Makakala dribbling on the left wing, kicks it out for Casey Johnson. Now she will drive back to Makakala. She'll drive again. Kick out to the top. Monica Roberts will fire for 3 and knock it down. Monica Roberts from the top of the circle knocks down the 3, and the Pioneers lead 15-7 as Tusculum now 2 of 3 from 3, and one of those coming from Jasmine Queen, who's made 3 3-pointers all season. At the top of the circle, pass nearly stolen by the Pioneers, but Kapirik will chase it down, then throw it away. Benedicta Makakala with yet another steal for the Pioneers. Tusculum can push their lead to double digits for the first time in this game as they bring it into the front court. Makakala kick out to Sydney Wilson. She'll drive on Jinkawi, gets cut off. Step back 3 is short, no good. Rebound tip, diving for it is Monica Roberts, and Casey Johnson touched it and had her foot out of bounds. And that will give the basketball back over to Anderson. Callie Patterson checks in. Sydney Wilson will come out. And Anderson will have the basketball with 2:24 left to play in the opening quarter. Pioneers leading 15-7. Jinkawi takes over at the point as Madison Baggett not in the game right now. Bailey Sims hands it off at the top to Jasmine Rayner. Jinkawi gets it back. Hands it back off to Bailey Sims as they're running motion at the top of the circle is Anderson. And a blocking foul is going to be called on Benedicta Makakala in the lane. The foul on Benny Mack will be her first. It's the team's 4th. So Anderson will shoot free throws on the next foul by the Pioneers. Lob pass goes into Erica Martin. Now Bailey Sims lost the handle, and Jasmine Queen takes it away for the Pioneers. Opportunistic defense by the Pioneers' Jasmine Queen. Pioneers up by 8, bring it into the front court. 1:45 to play in the first quarter. Callie Patterson into Johnson. Splits 2, gets knocked to the floor, scramble for the basketball, and a tied-up basketball will be the call. Tusculum will keep the basketball on the alternate arrow. Casey Johnson a little frustrated as she got up as she thought that was very physical of a play. Sydney Wilson back into the game for the Pioneers as Monica Roberts will come out. Roberts, the freshman who knocked down the 3, will get a breather as Wilson checks back in. Callie Patterson gets it in to Queen. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Johnson to Benny Mack. 5 seconds. Benny Mack will drive, pull up with 3 seconds. Shot no good, but she chased down her own rebound. Nobody chased the rebound for Anderson, and Benedicta Makakala gives the Pioneers a second chance opportunity. 1:15 to play in the quarter. Patterson, open 3. Back iron no good. Rebound pulled down by Jasmine Rayner of the Trojans. Rayner ahead to Young. Young through the lane, all the way to the hoop. Blocked out of bounds from behind by Casey Johnson. And Anderson will inbound underneath her own bucket with 23 seconds on the shot clock. That was pretty. Great recovery defense from Casey Johnson. Jinkawi to trigger it in for the Trojans. Gets it in the corner in Rayner. Tipped away Sydney Wilson. Scramble for the basketball. And Sydney Wilson will be tied up. Good defense by Sydney Wilson. Anderson will keep it on the alternate arrow. And a hockey line change into the game for Anderson is 5 substitutions. They reset the shot clock. Possession did not change, but they reset the shot clock anyway, so a fresh 30-second clock for Anderson. 3 from the corner is no good. Rebound putback is up and in by Madison Baggett. Pioneers got the missed shot, but didn't box out. And Anderson gets the rebound putback from Baggett. Pioneers leading by 6 can hold not to the last shot as we approach 40 seconds. Wilson from the elbow puts it up and in. Sydney Wilson with the jumper. And a blocking foul is going to be called on Wilson at the other end as Mollenauer drove baseline and Wilson cut in front of her. That'll be her first. It's the team's fifth. And Mollenauer will be at the line to shoot a pair. 17-9 the score. Pioneers lead by 8. 30.7 seconds left to play in this first quarter. Mollenauer free throw is up and in. 30.7 seconds left to play in this first quarter. Pioneers can hold for the last shot if they can come away with a rebound or if this free throw is made, and it is. Mollenauer makes good on both. Pioneers lead by 6 as they get the inbounds pass in backcourt. 17-11 the score. 25 seconds in the quarter as Benedicta Makakala brings it into the front court. Makakala dribbling, left wing extended. Working on Jasmine Queen, gets a screen from Queen. Queen will drive, splits 2 all the way to the hoop, puts it up and in, and Jasmine Queen gets her 7th first quarter point. 7 seconds as Baggett brings it into the front court, right wing with 4 seconds. Driving. Franklin at the buzzer, shot no good, and the first quarter comes to an end. Your score after 1, the Tusculum Pioneers 19, Anderson 11. This is Pioneer Women's Basketball on the Pioneers Sports Network.
Wherever you look.
Can you turn your gain up?
Pioneer basketball to start this second quarter as Tusculum will have an 8-point lead as Casey Johnson inbounds in backcourt to Benedicta Makakala. Across the timeline come the Pioneers. Johnson gets it for Makakala, now left wing to Patterson. Queen sets the screen. It's a give and go. Queen will drive. Splits 3, draws 3. Now Casey Johnson will fire. Shot rolls no, and Anderson comes away with the rebound. Good look that trip down the floor for the Pioneers, but they come away empty, and Anderson brings it into the front court. Steal by Sydney Wilson, all by herself. Running away from Anderson. Defenders will put it up and in. Sydney Wilson with the steal and then sprints to the other end. The Pioneers have their first double-digit lead of this basketball game as they lead 21-11 with 9:15 left to play second quarter. Jasmine Franklin, quick first step, and a charging foul is going to be called on Jasmine Franklin as Sydney Wilson was wetting on her near the bucket. Sydney Wilson draws the charge, and the Pioneers will get the basketball back as Jasmine Franklin with a nice driving bucket, but they wave it off. The charge on Jasmine Franklin, and the Pioneers get the ball back thanks to Sydney Wilson. The foul on Franklin, her first. It's the team's first of the second quarter. Pioneers lead by 10. Jasmine Queen at the top of the circle. Left wing feed to Casey Johnson. Benny Mac's going to get it back, and they'll reset it with 10 seconds on the shot clock as the Pioneers weren't doing much of anything on the offensive end. Makakala with 5 seconds. Pull-up jumper on its way short. Rebound tipped and saving by Callie Patterson. So the Pioneers will keep possession. Pioneers shooting 53% from the floor. Anderson is just 2 of 9 from the floor so far in this game. Queen to Casey Johnson. Pioneers running a motion offense. Patterson dribbles on the right wing, steps up, fires for 3, and knocks it down. 3-point basket, Callie Patterson, as the Pioneers make their 4th three-pointer of the game and now lead by 13 points. 24-11 the score. 8:10 left to play second quarter. And this is a phenomenal Anderson basketball team if you're just now joining us. Inside lob. Hodges. Layup. Good. Hodges got behind the Pioneer defense. Gets the easy layup. Pulls her team back to within 11. 24-13 the score. 7:50 left to play second quarter. Patterson looks to drive on Franklin. Outside, Sydney Wilson pulls up the free throw line. Side iron, no. Rebound pulled down by Madison Baggett. Anderson looks to push it. Baggett into the deep right corner. Mollenauer will fire for three. That one is an air ball out of bounds off of the Trojans and back over to the Pioneers. Jasmine Williams into the basketball game for the Pioneers as Jasmine Queen will come out. Williams in for Queen. Williams, the promising freshman, the 6'2 freshman out of Morristown West High School in Morristown, Tennessee. All kinds of upside for Jasmine Williams, seeing her first action in this game. Benedict Makakala drives the lane, pull-up jumper, rolls in good. It hit the back iron, but Benny Mack got the roll, and the Pioneers lead by 13. 26-13 the score off the screen from Jasmine Williams, and Makakala steals it away from Jinkawi. Line, lane, hoop, and in. Benedict Makakala with the swipe and the hoop, and the Pioneers lead by 15 points. 28-13 the score. The turnover, the 10th of this first half on Anderson. Mollenauer, jumper in the lane, is up and in. Alexi Mollenauer gets the bucket. Trims the Tusculum lead to 13. 28-15 now the score as Tusculum brings it into the front court. Benny Mack to Casey Johnson. Kick out to Callie Patterson, the deep right corner, trying to lob it inside for Casey Johnson, but it's tipped and taken away by Mollenauer. Ahead of Jinkawi, it'll be tipped out of bounds from behind by Sydney Wilson, and Anderson will inbound on the baseline with 26 seconds on the shot clock. Pioneers, 12 of 22 from the floor. Anderson is 4 of 12. Jumper is no good. Mollenauer rebound, put back, puts it up and in. Timeout, Tusculum. We will head to a break. 6:23 left to play second quarter. It's Tusculum 28, Anderson 17. This is Pioneer Women's Basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network. Near basketball coming out of the Tusculum timeout as the 30-second timeout called by head coach Devin Carter as Tusculum allowed an offensive rebound on the inside and a put back by Alexi Mollenauer. Pioneers lead by 11 with the basketball. Dangerous pass to Casey Johnson in the deep left corner. Back to Makakala on the left wing. Long range three on its way. Short, no good. They gave her space, left her wide open, so she took the shot, but it was no good. Jinkawi drives all the way in, kick out to Mollenauer, and she'll knock down the three from the outside. And Anderson on a 5-0 run, all from Alexi Mollenauer. 28-20 now the score. Jasmine Queen up off the bench, set to check back into the game for the Pioneers. Sydney Wilson on the right wing. Benedict Makakala comes off the screen, gets it at the top. They swing it left side to Callie Patterson. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Patterson will fire for three and knock it down. Three-point basket, Callie Patterson. She restores order as the Pioneers lead it 31-20 as Patterson knocks down the three and pushes the Tusculum lead back to 11. That's the fourth three-pointer of the game for the Pioneers, a team that only shoots 29.9% from three on the season. Pioneers will have the basketball back off the Anderson turnover in front court. Queen checks back in as Williams goes out. And the Pioneers will have the basketball with Wilson on the right wing. Johnson over Mollenauer. Shot no good. Mollenauer pulls down the rebound for the Anderson Trojans. 5 minutes to play in the first half. Tusculum holding on to an 11-point lead. Jinkowie at the top. Goes right wing to Nakia Young. Gets a screen. Picked up by Jasmine Queen. Left wing to Mollenauer. Gets picked up. Tipped and taken away by Sydney Wilson. All by herself. All the way to the hoop. Put it up and in. Another steal and bucket from Sydney Wilson. That's 2 in this first half as Tusculum now leads by 13, 33-20. Jinkowie at the top, and a blocking foul is going to be called on Jasmine Queen. That'll be her first. It's the team's first. And Anderson will inbound on the baseline. Sydney Wilson with that last steal. And Bucket now has 6 points in this first half. 4:29 to play in the first half. Jinkowie gets it into Mollenauer in the deep right corner. Now to Young on the right wing. Casey Johnson comes out to defend. Young to Mollenauer. Entry pass Jasmine Franklin. Kick out Jinkowie. Three-pointer on its way. Short, no good. Rebound tipped. And it's taken away by Casey Johnson. Hannah Hodges pulled down the rebound, but lost it on her way up, and Casey Johnson takes it away for Tusculum. 33-20, Pioneers with a 13-point lead. And the basketball with 4 minutes left to play, second quarter. Johnson to Patterson for three. Got it. Three-point basket, Callie Patterson, as she knocks down the three from the top of the circle. And Anderson throws the basketball in. Nobody was ready for it as Hodges was running up court. The ball was just bouncing in back court, and Sydney Wilson picks it up for the Pioneers. Nobody in a black uniform was within 20 feet of that basketball, and Sydney Wilson comes and gets it for the Pioneers. Pioneers can't convert at the other end as Patterson can't convert the jumper, and Anderson comes away with the rebound. Jinkowie, shot blocked out of bounds again. And Anderson will inbound on the baseline after the Pioneer block as Jinkowie gets her effort returned to sender. Kaylee Kaparik back into the game as out goes Hannah Hodges. Jinkowie yet to get it in on the baseline. Now does the deep right corner to Young. Young looking inside. Now will drive on Johnson. Shot blocked away again by Casey Johnson. This time into the hands of Callie Patterson. Head coach Jonathan Barbary in his, I guess I'll call that a catching position as he's bent down, and he just does not have an answer for what the Pioneers are doing right now, and a holding foul is going to be called on Jasmine Franklin underneath, trying to slow down Benedicta Bakakala on the backdoor cut. 36-20, Pioneers with their largest lead of this game with 3 minutes left to play in the first half. Inbounds on the baseline. Patterson on the right wing. Casey Johnson at the top. Patterson gets away with a travel. Now goes to Queen at the free throw line. Right wing to Benedicta Makakala. And finally, the Pioneers will get in an offensive set. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Johnson, head fake, drives, kick out to Benedicta Makakala. Wide open three on its way, no good. Rebound pulled down by Jasmine Franklin of Anderson. Into the hands of Jinkowie. Jinkowie going to slow things up, and Anderson will run a play at the other end. Jinkowie calls out the play. Monica Roberts comes out to defend all over Jinkowie. From the free throw line, this is Kaparik. She'll drive all the way to the bucket, puts it up and in, high off the glass. Gets it to go. 36-22 now the score. And the sizzling hot Pioneers shooting 51.7%, bringing it into the front court, leading by 14 points. 2:05 left to play in the second quarter. Patterson to Makakala, to Queen from the free throw line. They give her space, and she knocks it down again. Jasmine Queen is automatic from that spot on the floor, and Anderson wants a timeout. We head to a break. 1:58 left to play, second quarter. It's Tusculum 38, Anderson 22. This is Pioneer Women's Basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network. Anderson basketball coming out of the called timeout after Jasmine Queen gets her 10th point of this first half, and the Pioneers lead by 16. Jinkowie picked up by Casey Johnson at the top. Pioneers in a 2-3 zone. Guard at the top of the circle. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Jinkowie almost lost her dribble. Now to Young, near the deep right corner, Mollenauer. She'll fire for three. That's an air ball. And the Pioneers come away with it with Sydney Wilson. Wilson into the hands of Benedict Makakala, and the Pioneers bring it across the timeline, leading by 16 points. Nobody would have seen this one coming, as Anderson came into the game 14-4 overall, the defending South Atlantic Conference champion. Makakala for three, and that one is short and out of bounds. Jasmine Rayner into the game for Anderson as Mollenauer will go out. And Anderson will have the basketball with 1:08 left to play in the first half. Jinkowie brings it across the timeline, nearly threw it away. Sydney Wilson almost tipped it. Jinkowie gets it back at the top. Rayner will fire for three and knocks it down. 3-point bucket from Jasmine Rayner. And a team that usually kills you with threes is 3 of 9 in this game, but a timely one there. 38-25. 39 seconds left to play in the first half. Pioneers with the lead and the basketball. Benedict Makakala will get a screen from Queen. Makakala picks up her dribble. Inside feed, Casey Johnson. Tough shot, got it to go. Casey Johnson off the glass, past Jasmine Franklin, who is one of the best defenders in the South Atlantic Conference. What a move from Casey Johnson, and the Pioneers lead by 15. 40-25. Jinkowie for three, and back-to-back threes from Anderson. 40-28 now the score. Pioneers with 8 seconds. Casey Johnson with 6 seconds. Johnson all the way to the hoop, put it off the glass and in, and the first half will come to an end. Casey Johnson scores the last 2 points of the half for the Pioneers, and the Tusculum Pioneer women will head to the locker room with a double-digit first-half lead over the Anderson Trojans. Your score at halftime, Tusculum 42, Anderson 28. This is Pioneer Women's Basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network. 4 assists and 3 steals. Sydney Wilson was 6 points and 3 steals. 9 points for Callie Patterson, 2 for Malin Head, and 3 points for Monica Roberts for the Pioneers total of 42. Anderson out-rebounds the Pioneers 21-9, but Anderson with 15 turnovers in that first half. The Pioneers with 21 points off of those 15 Anderson turnovers. Anderson with just 2 points off of only 3 Tusculum turnovers. Pioneers had 18 points in the paint to Anderson's 6. Pioneers with 8 fast break points to Anderson's 3. Pioneers with 5 points off of their bench to 7 for Anderson. Pioneers go 18 of 33 from the floor, 54.5%. Anderson 9 of 22 from the floor, 40.9%. Anderson goes 4 of 10 from 3. The Pioneers 5 of 11 from 3. Anderson was 6 of 9 from the free throw line. The Pioneers 1 of 2 from the free throw line in that first half. Pioneers led by as many as 16 points. They lead by 14 here at halftime. Again, your halftime score: Tusculum 42, Anderson 28. This is Pioneer Women's Basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network. Baggett into the deep left corner, and another turnover on Anderson as Baggett tried to get it into the corner to Alexi Mollenauer, and they turn it over. So the second half starts much like the first half went for the Trojans, as it starts with a turnover. So the Pioneers will have the basketball with a 14-point lead. I wonder if anybody ever told Devin Carter he makes a better door than window. Layup is no good, and a foul on Anderson will send the Pioneers to the free throw line. I'll have to wait till she gets there because I'll be honest, all I saw was the back of Devin Carter's burgundy jacket. It's Jasmine Queen who will be at the free throw line to shoot a pair. Free throw is up and in. The foul was whistled on Jasmine Franklin, and for Franklin, who's the second leading scorer on this team, that will be her third personal first team foul on Anderson of the second half, and Jasmine Queen has her 12th point as she knocks down both free throws, and the Pioneers equal their largest lead of the game, 16 points. And another steal by the Pioneers. Sydney Wilson with the steal. Outlet feed to Casey Johnson. Johnson will slow it down, and the Pioneers will set up in the half-court offense. So back-to-back turnovers to start this second half for the Anderson Trojans. Benedicta Makakala picks up the dribble, goes right wing to Casey Johnson. Back to Makakala. 10 seconds now on the shot clock. Makakala on the right side of the top and Jasmine Queen. Left side, Callie Patterson left open for three. That one is off the mark. And Heather Jinkowie pulls down the rebound for the Anderson Trojans. Jinkowie behind the back dribble, now picks up her dribble. Inside to Mollenauer, reverse layup, no. Rebound off the knee of Bailey Sims, will be chased down in the corner by Heather Jinkowie. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Jinkawi now with 10 seconds. Top to Baggett. Right to Jinkawi. Into Bailey Sims. Turns on Queen. Runs over and charges. And that will be the third turnover in as many trips down the floor for Anderson. So back-to-back-to-back turnovers to start this second half on the Anderson Trojans. And the Pioneers will have the basketball. The foul on Bailey Sims is her first. It's the team's second. Patterson to the top and Benedict to Makakala. I'm going to have to get myself a stool. Benedict to Makakala dribbling at the top. Pulls up in the lane. Jumper on its way. Short, no good. Rebound pulled down by Heather Jinkawi. Jinkawi into the front court. Driving on Casey Johnson. Shot blocked out of bounds by Casey Johnson. And for Casey, that is her third block shot of this game. And Anderson will inbound on the baseline with 25 seconds on the shot clock. Lob pass inside for Mollenauer, and she will draw the foul and be to the free throw line to shoot a pair. The foul on Benedict Makakala will be her second. It's the team's first of the third quarter. And Alexi Mollenauer, who had 10 points in the first half, will be to the free throw line to shoot a pair with her team trailing by 16 points. First free throw is up and in. Mollenauer, a promising freshman for Anderson, a 5'11 freshman out of Lindale, Texas. Second free throw is up and in. Mollenauer has 12, and the Pioneers lead cut to 14, 44-30. Casey Johnson gets it across the timeline to Benedict Makakala. Now Queen at the timeline. Back to Makakala, and the Pioneers will finally set up their half-court offense with just 15 seconds on the shot clock. Wilson, Queen, fakes from three. She will drive, has it stripped from her possession on her way up. It'll be out of bounds. Queen slow to get up. A look of pain in her face, but it looks like she'll be all right and stay in. It will be Pioneer basketball as they will inbound on the baseline with 9 seconds. Benedict Makakala to get it in for Tusculum. Lobs it to the top and Casey Johnson. Patterson with 7 seconds. Pass is tipped and taken away by Jinkawi. Jinkawi is just going to slow it up and wait on her teammates to get back with her and set up in the half-court offense. Right side to Baggett. Lob pass inside to Franklin. Turns on Makakala. Outside for Alexi Mollenauer. She will fire for a wide-open three. Shot short, no. But a rebound pulled down by Anderson Sarah Goebel. This three from Jinkawi, it's no good. So Anderson, a dangerous three-point shooting team, struggling from three in this game as they're now 4 of 12 from three. Jasmine Queen at the top of the circle for the Pioneers. Casey Johnson backs her way down on Franklin. Spin move, left-handed layup is off the glass and in. Beautiful spin to the left by Casey Johnson. 46-30 now the score. Johnson now with 10 points in the game for the Pioneers. Mollenauer, lob pass inside. Backdoor cut, taken away by Callie Patterson. Backdoor cut looking for Sarah Goebel. And it's picked off by Callie Patterson of Tusculum. So another steal by the Pioneers. And you can just tell Jonathan Barbary just not sure what to do. Just not the night for Anderson. Queen dribbles in, pull up from the free throw line. That one's no good. Rebound pulled down by Jasmine Franklin. Malin Head up off the bench, set to check into the game for the Pioneers. 6:15 to play in the third. Pioneers lead 46-30. Mollenauer against Sydney Wilson. Entry pass to Goebel to the top and Jinkawi. She'll split a double team. Lost the handle on her way up. Looked like she just lost it, but a reach-in foul is going to be called on the Pioneers. It'll go on Benedict Makakala. That'll be her third. Team's second. And Jinkawi will be to the free throw line to shoot 2. Jinkawi, free throw, rolls off no good. Malin Head checks in as Callie Patterson will come out. And Jinkawi will be back to the free throw line to shoot her second. Jinkawi, free throw is good. Jinkawi makes one of two, 46-31 the new score. Jinkawi with 6 points in this game. Came into the game averaging 10.7. Johnson on a double team trap. Passes out of it to Benedict Makakala. Pioneers will get their offense set with 15 seconds on the shot clock, leading by 15 points. Makakala gets a screen from Jasmine Queen. Here to the corner in Malin Head. Top of the circle in Queen. She'll fire for another three. This one's back iron, no good. Rebound, tipped around, and saved by Makakala. Malin Head in the deep left corner. Head back to Makakala on the left wing. Queen to Wilson on the right side. Wilson looking inside. Makakala comes off the screen. Floater in the lane, no good. And then a reach-in foul is going to be called on Benedicta Makakala. Benedicta Makakala picks up her fourth personal foul. Callie Patterson will check in for Makakala. And Anderson will have the basketball, trailing 46-31. 5:15 left to play in this third quarter. Anderson with Goebel on the right wing. Pioneers sagging back, basically inviting Goebel to shoot the three, and she does. Tusculum was sagging back, inviting Goebel to shoot that three, and she makes them pay. And Anderson pulls back to within 12, 46-34. 4:50 to play in the third. Callie Patterson had her pass tipped away. Sydney Wilson will pick it up. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Wilson on the right wing. Wilson, pull-up jumper. And a timeout called by Tusculum. We head to a break. 4:38 left to go in the third. It is Tusculum 46, Tusculum 34. Tusculum 46. I have no idea what I said the score was going to the break. It's Tusculum 46, Anderson 34. And Callie Patterson will draw the charge heading to the bucket and a media timeout. So we head right back to break with your score. Tusculum 46, Anderson 34. This is Pioneer Women's Basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network. Pioneers inbounding underneath their own bucket. Just throw it out of bounds. Nobody ever touched it. And Tusculum out threw it over the heads of everybody. And so the Pioneers turn the basketball over coming out of the media timeout. So Anderson will have it down by 12, a lead that was 16 not too long ago. Entry pass down low, shot, no good underneath. Rebound, Jasmine Queen. So Kayla Kaparik won't get much of an easier look than that. Couldn't connect. And the Pioneers come away with the rebound with Jasmine Queen. Queen now has the basketball at the top of the circle. Right side to Casey Johnson. Johnson to Malin Head. Three-pointer on its way. Short, no good. Rebound pulled down by Kaparik. Anderson with the basketball. Malin Head tipped it away. Sydney Wilson dives for it, and Anderson comes away with it. Tusculum almost came up with the steal on an aggressive play from Malin Head. Goebel for another three. This one's no good. Goebel, who was the one who was dared to take the three a moment ago and knocked it down, may have gotten a little bit too much eager that time as the Pioneers come away with the rebound. Pioneers with the basketball. Callie Patterson at the top of the circle. Lob pass inside Johnson. Turns, kicks it back out for Wilson. Queen to Patterson on the left side. Callie Patterson on the drive all the way to the hoop. Shot no good. Rebound battled for. Malin Head comes away with it, and Head will earn a trip to the free throw line to shoot a pair. So the Pioneers, they're just playing hard. Going after loose balls, diving on the floor after loose balls, going after second chance opportunities. I'm sure there's more to it than that, but the fact of the matter is the Pioneers are just playing flat out, playing hard. Malin Head, free throw is up and in, and it helps that they're shooting 46.3% from the floor, and they shot 51% from the floor in the first half. Shooting the ball well helps everything. But it's also what has forced 19 turnovers and why the Pioneers have 23 points off of those 19 turnovers. So Malin Head makes one of two. And the Pioneers lead by 13 as Anderson brings it into the front court. Baggett, left wing to Mollenauer. Picked up by Casey Johnson. She picks up her dribble. Needs help. Right wing feed to Baggett. Tipped and taken away by Malin Head of Tusculum. So Tusculum with another steal. They forced the 20th turnover of the game on Anderson, and we've not even played three quarters yet. Casey Johnson, left wing to Malin Head. Sydney Wilson cuts through the lane. Nice look from Head to Wilson, and Wilson puts it up and in. Beautiful pass from Malin Head on a hard cut from Sydney Wilson. Pioneers lead 49-34. Anderson with the basketball. This is Mollenauer. Dribbled it off of her own foot right into the waiting arms of Heather Jankowie. Her three-pointer's no good. Erica Martin with a rebound. Put back, puts it up and in. Erica Martin with the rebound put back off of the missed Jankowie three. 49-36 now the score. As the Pioneers trying to weather the storm as the only true point guard that is active tonight on the bench with 4 fouls. Malin Head to Casey Johnson. She'll fire for three and knocks it down. Back-to-back assists for Malin Head, and Casey Johnson knocks down the three. She's got 13 points, and the Pioneers back out, equaling their largest lead of this game, 16 points, 52-36. Mollenauer, nice head fake, up and under, jumper is good. Beautiful move by the freshman Alexi Mollenauer. Hate to think we've got to see her for the next 3 years. That is a talented freshman for the Anderson Trojans. 20 seconds on the shot clock for the Pioneers as Patterson will set it up at the top. Left wing feed, Malin Head. Back to the top, Patterson will fire for three. Back iron, no. Rebound pulled down by Erica Martin of Anderson. Outlet feed to Alexis. She's on the floor. Outlet feed to Madison Baggett. Casey Johnson went for the steal. Martin got it back into the corner in Goebel. Her shot's no good. Rebound pulled down by Anderson. Three-pointer from Baggett is no good. Sydney Wilson pulled down the rebound but had it tipped away by Baggett. And then Casey Johnson tips the basketball away from her into the waiting arms of Malin Head. So the Pioneers come up with the basketball after all of that. Patterson, right wing feed looking for Malin Head, and then Head will go hard to the floor, and they're going to call the foul on Head after it was stolen away by Madison Baggett. The foul on Head, her third. It's the team's fourth. And Franklin back into the basketball game for Anderson. As Jankowie will go out as Jasmine Rayner also checked in. Young at the top of the circle will drive on Casey Johnson. Blocked out of bounds from behind. That is Johnson's fourth block shot of this game. And with 32.6 seconds left to play in the third quarter, Anderson will inbound underneath her own bucket. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Baggett, skip pass on the right wing to Rayner, and a traveling violation is going to be called on Rayner. And the Pioneers will have the basketball with 26.3 seconds to play in the third quarter, so the Pioneers can hold for the last shot of this quarter if they so choose. So the Pioneers led by 14 at halftime. They lead by that same margin here. And if they can hold for the last shot, can enter the fourth quarter leading by no worse than 14 points. Patterson on the drive, lost the handle, kicks it to the top, tipped and taken away by Franklin. Franklin all by herself, shot, no, but a hustle foul from behind by Sydney Wilson. So a good job by Sydney Wilson to catch up from behind to at least make Jasmine Franklin earn it at the free throw line. But that is not what head coach Devin Carter wanted, because the Pioneers could have gone to the fourth quarter with no worse than a 14-point lead if they held for the last shot, but instead they turn it over. Franklin's first free throw is no good. So one free throw with 2.5 seconds to play. Franklin, free throw is up and in. So the Pioneers will inbound with 2.5. Queen gets it into Patterson. Patterson turns. And the third quarter comes to an end. We've played three with your score. The Tusculum College Pioneers 52, the Anderson Trojans 39. This is Pioneer Women's Basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network. Pioneers shot just 27.3% from the floor in that third quarter, but they're still shooting 47.7% for the game and still holding on to a 13-point lead. Head coach Devin Carter told us in the pregame we've got to play 40 minutes. Well, the Pioneers have played 30 minutes of solid basketball. 10 more to go. Casey Johnson, spin move in the lane, shot no good, and the rebound's pulled down by Jasmine Franklin. Franklin ahead to Baggett. She'll fire for three. Off the mark. Rebound pulled down by the Pioneers' Callie Patterson. Patterson ahead to Sydney Wilson. Wilson to Johnson. The Pioneers get it across the timeline against an onslaught of defenders from Anderson. Callie Patterson on the right wing. Left wing feed to Sydney Wilson. Backdoor cut. Malin head. Shot no, but a foul. It's the reversal of the play we just saw a few minutes ago when it was Sydney Wilson with the hard cut. And Malin Head found her inside. This time it was Malin Head with the hard cut. Sydney Wilson found her, and Malin earns herself a trip to the free throw line. The foul on Madison Baggett, her second. It's the team's first of the fourth quarter, and Malin Head free throw is up and in. Heather Jinkowie back into the basketball game for Anderson as Baggett will go out. And Malin Head will be at the free throw line to shoot one. Head, free throw, no good. Malin has 4 points, and her team leads by 14, 53-39. That's exactly what the Pioneers led by at halftime. Their largest lead has been 16. No more than that. The Pioneers have led by double digits the entire second half. 9:10 to go. Roll clock roll. Jinkowie, top of the circle, goes to Young. Young goes to work on Malin Head. Gets some space, will fire from the right side. Shot no, rebound Malin Head. Good defensive exchange there by Malin Head, and she also boxed out and got the rebound. Pioneers into the front court. The clock is your ally. Let's use some of it. Malin Head to the hole. Put it up, no good. Rebound Jasmine Franklin. Pioneers blew a wide open opportunity that time. Driving is Jasmine Rayner. Nice look underneath. Then putting it up and in is Erica Martin. 53-41. Pioneers with a 12-point lead as Patterson brings it into the front court. Right wing to Malin Head. Top of the circle, Casey Johnson. Patterson, head fake, dribbles in, leaves it for Johnson at the top. Floater from in front, rolls off, no. Rebound pulled down by Jasmine Franklin. Bad time for the Pioneers to go cold. Outlet feed, Martin to the hole, shot no. Rebound Head, fouled from behind by Nakia Young. That'll be her second. It's the team's second. And it'll be Pioneer basketball going the other way. So Malin Head got the rebound, then got hit from behind by Young, and Young picks up the foul. Casey Johnson, left side to Sydney Wilson, back to the top and Johnson. Right side, Patterson fires for three, back iron no. Pioneers are 0 for in the fourth quarter. Young at the other end, crossover dribble, drives all the way to the bucket, shot partially blocked by Casey Johnson. Martin had the rebound, lost it out of bounds. They'll say it was off of Tusculum, so Anderson will retain possession. Kaylee Kaparik into the game for Anderson as Erica Martin will go out, and Chincowie will inbound on the baseline. Franklin from the free throw line. Chincowie, open three, short, no. Rebound, Jasmine Franklin. So a second chance opportunity for Anderson. Young from the deep left corner. Lob pass inside Kaparik. Turn, shoot, shot, no. Rebound tipped, and a foul going to be called on Anderson, so it'll be Tusculum basketball. The foul going against Kaylee Kaparik. That'll be her first. It's the team's third. And the Pioneers bring it into the front court. Sydney Wilson to Patterson, left side Malin Head. Lob pass inside Casey Johnson, turning, hook shot is up and in. Casey Johnson with the hook shot from in front, and the Pioneers lead by 14. 55-41, 7:07 to play. Johnson with 15 points, and another turnover on Anderson in front court. And a timeout called by Anderson. 7:02 left to play in the fourth quarter. It's Tusculum 55, Anderson 41. This is Pioneer Women's Basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network. Pioneers got an open look from three for Malin Head coming out of the timeout. It went halfway down and came back out, and Anderson came away with the rebound. Entry pass looking for Sims, tipped and taken away by Sydney Wilson. So the Pioneers with yet another steal. It is the 24th turnover of this game by Anderson. Got an open look from three for Malin Head coming out of the timeout. It went halfway 13th steal of the game on the Pioneers. Anderson with the steal. Anderson outlet feed, Rayner, shot blocked again by Casey Johnson. Malin Head saves it from going out of bounds. And the Pioneers get it back. So another block shot leads to the Pioneers getting the basketball back. 5:53 left to play in this fourth quarter. Pioneers with a 14-point lead. Wilson for three. Right on line, too long. Rebound. Tipped around. Out of bounds. Off of Jasmine Queen. Into the game returns Madison Baggett for Anderson, as Jasmine Rayner will go out. And Anderson will have the basketball with 5:40 to go. In case you're just joining us, this is an Anderson team that was 14-4 coming in, tied for second in the South Atlantic Conference, and the defending South Atlantic Conference champion. Huge win if the Pioneers can hold on. Mile an hour for three, shot no, rebound put back, put up and in by Kaparik. 55-43 now the score. And for Kaparik, that is her fourth point of the game to go along with 3 rebounds. Patterson dribbling on the left wing. Skip pass right side to Malin Head. Sydney Wilson left open. It's a long-range 2, but it's good. 57-43 the score off the jumper from Sydney Wilson from the deep right corner. And the Pioneers lead by 14 with 4:50 left to play fourth quarter. Entry pass, mile an hour, shot up and in. Malin was fronting her. They slipped the pass past Malin Head, and mile an hour got the bucket to go. 57-45 the score. 30-second timeout call by the Pioneers. We'll keep it right here. 4:37 left to play in the fourth. 57-45 the score. Pioneers trying to hold on to a 12-point lead. A Pioneers squad that has a victory over Brevard, but that is the only win in the last 5 games for a Tusculum squad that came into the game in desperate need of a win in the South Atlantic Conference, because just a game back from a Queens team that is one game ahead of the Pioneers for that last spot for 8th place and the last spot in the postseason, the South Atlantic Conference tournament. A Queens team that is leading 29-28 over Coker. Tusculum needs Queens to lose and pick up this victory, as the Pioneers would pull into a virtual tie with Queens if those two things were to happen. Pioneers need to take care of business here first. 4:30 to go. Wilson, Head, inside to Queen. Turns, backs her way down. Shot no. Rebound, battle for. Queen got it, fell to the floor in a traveling violation. Going to be called on Jasmine Queen. Queen got the rebound, just could not keep her footing. And you have to wonder when the Pioneers will put Benedict Makakala back into the basketball game, and there's my answer. As I asked, Devin Carter pointed to Benedict Makakala, and she is to the scorer's table to check back into the game. 20 seconds on the shot clock as Jinkawi will drive, leaves it for Mollenauer, and she'll put it off the glass and in. 10-point lead now for the Pioneers. Malin Head tries to split a double team, and she will draw the foul. And the Pioneers will inbound side back court as Benedicta Makakala checks in, and Malin Head will come out. 57-47 the score. And remember, Makakala checks in, but she has 4 personal fouls. Patterson, back to Makakala, back to Patterson. The Pioneers bring it across the timeline, and it's tipped out of bounds right into the Pioneer bench by Kaylee Kilprick. So the Pioneers will inbound with Callie Patterson right in front of the Pioneer bench. Benedicta Makakala with 20 seconds on the shot clock. Left wing feed to Callie Patterson. Back to Makakala. Queen, lob pass inside. Tipped and taken away by Anderson. Mollenauer got the steal. Baggett to a wide open Jinkawi for 3. Shot no. Rebound Patterson. The Pioneers just got a huge break. That is a 3 that Jinkawi usually makes, and a 3 that would have gotten Anderson right back in this basketball game. But as it is, the Pioneers have the basketball, a chance to run 30 more seconds off the clock with a double-digit 10-point lead. Jinkawi will come out to guard Benedicta Makakala. Right wing feed to Sydney Wilson. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Queen, turn, shot, block, taken away by Jinkawi. So the Pioneers come up empty. Jinkawi to Baggett. She'll fire for 3. That one's off the mark. And another rebound that will go the way of the Pioneers. So back-to-back breaks for the Pioneers. as Anderson got 2 good looks from their 2 best three-point shooters in Madison Baggett and Heather Jinkawi. Pioneers with Benedicta Makakala across the timeline, 25 seconds on the shot clock, 2:50 to play in the game. Pioneers need to run an offensive set here and get some points. Queen dribbles in, kicks it back out to Sydney Wilson. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Benedicta Makakala gets the play from head coach Devin Carter. Entry pass Johnson. Queen, jumper from the free throw line is good. Pioneers needed that. 12-point lead, 59-47. Jasmine Queen with 14 points in this basketball game. Paget to the top, and Mollenauer. Right wing feed Jinkawi, lob pass inside Franklin, and a foul is going to be called on Jasmine Queen. Foul going against Jasmine Queen will give Anderson a fresh 30-second clock, and they'll inbound on the baseline, as it's just the first team foul on the Pioneers in the fourth quarter. Baggett to get it in, gets it into Jinkawi. She fires for 3 and knocks it down. Timeout Anderson. 59-50 the score. It's a 30-second timeout called by Anderson. 2:07 left to play in this basketball game. And when you have Madison Baggett and Heather Jinkawi on your team, no lead is insurmountable. As Heather Jinkawi knocks down the 3, pulls Anderson within 9, 2:07 to play. Jasmine Queen having a career night tonight, 14 points, surpassing her career high of 13 points that she had at Virginia Wise on November the 28th of 2015. Her season high this year was 12 points that she had against Lees McRae back on November the 12th of this season. So a career high 14 points for Jasmine Queen in this game on a three-pointer, and she's been silky smooth with jumpers from the free throw line. Sydney Wilson all the way to the hoop, blocked from behind, and the Pioneers will inbound on the baseline. 59-50. Pioneers will inbound on the baseline with Callie Patterson. Exactly 2 minutes left to play in this game. Patterson gets it into Queen. Queen trapped in the corner. Look to drive baseline. Now to the top and Benny Mac. Casey Johnson turns. Kick out to Queen. 14 seconds on the shot clock. Makakala with 1:45 and 10 seconds on the shot clock. Makakala with 8 seconds. Johnson will drive all the way to the hoop. Shot rolls off, no. Rebound pulled down by Madison Baggett. Baggett into the front court. Right wing feed. Extra pass. Mollenauer will fire for 3. That one is off the mark. Rebound battle for. Saved by Franklin. Underneath. Shot rolls off, no. Rebound tipped, and the Pioneers come away with it with Casey Johnson. Johnson with 1:20 to play in this game. Sydney Wilson across the timeline. Into the hands of Jasmine Queen. Now to Patterson. Patterson to Benedicta Makakala. Now to Jasmine Queen. Queen to Sydney Wilson. Pioneers just trying to run out the clock. Wilson is trapped on the sideline. Makakala gets it near the timeline. 8 seconds on the shot clock. And the pass is tipped out of bounds by Madison Baggett. And Patterson will inbound with 5 seconds on the shot clock. 58.5 seconds left to play in this basketball game. Patterson to get it in for the Pioneers. Gets it in to Benedicta Makakala. Makakala with 3 to Wilson. Jumper from the corner. Good. They'll call it a 2, but Sydney Wilson knocks down the jumper, and the Pioneers lead by 11 with 50 seconds to play in this game. Pioneers used all 30 seconds and got 2 points out of it. Heather Jinkawi guarded by Jasmine Queen. Jinkawi traveled with the basketball, no call. Franklin, tough shot, no, but a foul. And Franklin will be to the free throw line to shoot 2. The foul on Sydney Wilson, her 3rd. And Franklin will be to the free throw line with 35.9 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. Franklin, free throw on its way. Good. Young and Rayner into the game. This is a defensive-offensive switch for Anderson as Jinkawi and Kaparik go out. Franklin will be back to the line trying to trim it to 9. Franklin, free throw, rolls off, no. Rebound Jasmine Queen for the Pioneers. Queen gets into the hands of Benedicta Makakala. Outlet feed Sydney Wilson. Wilson underneath Casey Johnson to the hole, put it up and in. Pioneers got a wide open layup out of it. 25 seconds left. 63-51, Pioneers with the lead. Rayner will drive all the way to the hoop. Shot, no. Rebound, Johnson. Johnson into the hands of Benedicta Makakala, and she will be fouled with 14.5 seconds left to play in the game. As Jasmine Queen goes down the bench giving high fives as the Pioneers can fill it. The Tusculum Pioneer women's squad can fill it. Probably, I know without question, the best feeling this team has felt this season. A team that came so close against Lincoln Memorial on this floor has a chance to knock off the defending South Atlantic Conference champion. 64-51 now the score with 14.5 seconds left to play as Makakala knocks down the first free throw. 17 points for Casey Johnson. A career high 14 points for Jasmine Queen. 12 points for Sydney Wilson. And Benedicta Makakala knocks down the second free throw. 65-51. Young across the timeline. Young with 10 seconds. Nakia Young hands it off to Baggett with 8 seconds. Baggett underneath. 5 seconds. Jinkawi will fire with 2 seconds. That one is no good. It hit the shot clock, and the Pioneers will inbound with 0.2 seconds left to play in this game. The Tusculum College Pioneers will get the victory on their home floor as Anderson comes in at 14-4 overall, 11-3 in the South Atlantic Conference. They get knocked off as the Pioneers knock off Anderson here at Pioneer Arena here tonight. Dare I say, best win in the short career of Pioneer women's head coach Devin Carter. Tusculum with the victory as Tusculum comes away with an all-important win. Your final score, the Tusculum Pioneers 65, the Anderson Trojans 51. Your Pioneer postgame report starts after this as you listen to Pioneer women's basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network.